That's a new cat in the backyard. Alright, hi everyone. It is February 5th and time for another garden tour. I think it was maybe a week ago we got hit by pretty bad frost. We had 2 or 3 nights where there was frost on all the plants. The bird baths had turned to ice, so the garden kind of took a bit of a hit. And we've done some work to clean it up a little bit and just seeing how everything's recovering. And then we've done some work back here also, but not near as much as we want, but that's always the case. But yeah, we'll just kind of walk through, see how everything's looking, and go from there. But first major thing we did, we pulled that boat that was back there out. Now it's on the side yard. And we've started mulching that in and getting it ready. And we'll put up a shade house in the spring, and we were able to clear a lot out from underneath the pergola here, and we've got more to clear. But we'll be able to set this up as a space to enjoy and not just a ton of potted plants, which is cool. Yeah, so that was mainly what we've done. But there's a lot of brown leaves. A lot of the elephant ears took some hits. Cordyline all have some browning from the frost. Sweet potatoes did not like it at all. The vines on the pergola on top, they got burnt pretty bad. But all the bamboos, there's some yellowing leaves, but they all did really good. Yeah, like that. These guys are just droopy, and we got to cut all that back. And 1 or 2 of the crotons got mad and dropped all their leaves, but they'll be okay. But we've already got new leaves popping out, and things are looking alright considering, and hopefully that's the only freeze we have this year, and things will start to pick back up. Back here, there's a couple peace lilies that are, I don't know, we had them inside forever, just little potted plants, and hoping they'll get some size this year being outside. The ginger is still being really big, but he's died back a bit. Some of that's frost and some of it's just the original canes dying out, and we'll get in there and trim him out. Unfortunately, we can't really split up the root ball because that's where our internet and power runs under, so can't do too much there. The red copper leaves did fine with the frost, which is awesome. And this hedge was planted, I think, in June from little cuttings we took, and it's doing great. This year it'll probably get 6 feet, so less than 2 years, and it was free. Latiflorus, Dendrocalamus latiflorus, he has some yellowing leaves from the frost, and then the canes that threw in the fall still haven't started to branch out yet, but hopefully, I'm guessing sometime in March they'll really branch out, and then in April or so he'll throw some new shoots, which will be really exciting, because it should max out, I think, around 60 feet, and it's just getting going now. But we cleaned up his base last fall, kind of trimmed under so you could see the culms. Helicanas took some major hits. This one, well, we had just maybe 2 months ago split him up into 2 and moved him, so that was kind of rough anyway. But he'll be fine. All the cordyline in the yard are still flowering. Hopefully the frost didn't hurt the flowers, and they still produce seeds, and hopefully they all cross with each other in the yard and we get some cool new ones. But I don't know, we'll see how that goes. Never grown them from seed. Got some little birds in the Valdis, and he's really, really doing good. But we'll look at him in a second. Maui Gold elephant ear. Frost knocked him down a little bit, but he's been one of the best as far as staying green all winter. The little running heliconas, I forget what they are, took a big hit. But again, they'll be alright. They're still throwing new little ones, and we'll be able to divide them up a lot in the spring and have a lot more plants. Got a new bird feeder, a helicona leaf from my brother and his wife at Christmas. My wife repainted the bird bath to match. This is Bambusa contracta. All the new shoots are through in the fall. Hopefully same thing. March, everything will really leaf out, and then once that leafs out and can start getting some energy, then the new shoots come, which will be super exciting this year. Barrel marks, philodendron looks a little rough from the frost, but again, that'll be fine. And that was, what, $12, and we've already propagated 4 or 5 new plants off of him, so doing great. Papaya tree, still full of papayas. And then this spring we'll underplant back here with a bunch of calatheas, which we've got a couple already kind of just sitting there. All sorts of stuff though. I can't wait. And then the Valdis with his big culms. He's probably 25-30 foot now. We undercutted him so you can kind of see it all. He's started to branch out and hasn't really leafed up yet, but this one is definitely the most vigorous out of everything we've gotten. But he had 3 big culms in probably October or so. Bambusa Old Hammy did fine. And again, we moved him from back when we had a center island in the backyard, and he just hasn't really taken off yet, but this year he will. Bunch of monsteras, and I was worried about them with the frost, and they did fine. We didn't cover them or anything. Then I don't know what we'll do back here. Originally we wanted to put a waterfall. Still might, just figuring it out as we go. Bambusa Nana. And then the wall of, in the back, the Textilis gracilis are coming up. The heliconas got really tore up by the frost. We filled up probably 6 garbage cans of leaves we all cut off. And there's a lot left, but we don't want to cut them too hard. But even with the frost, we got new leaves opening up as we speak. And they'll be fine. I'll get in here with a shovel and divide up the root balls and get a whole bunch of new plants in the spring. Cordyline will look a little leggy because all the frost-bit leaves will fall off. But we'll just trim them down and get them turning into more as well. Elephant ears, crotons. Most of the crotons did fine. I forget which one this is, but it's a little rough. And he dropped some leaves actually. But they'll be alright. I love this elephant ear, but it's looked good the whole winter until the frost. Oh, there's the cat again. Hello, buddy. Come here. You're okay. Well, I don't know if we said it on any of the videos, but Jungle Cat did die. He was old and I'm not sure what happened. It's very sad. He's buried over in front of that bed now. But this is a new cat. I haven't seen this one before. So we'll start putting food out again. Curtain Magnificent, which I really like. Looking great. Lots of new growth even with the frost. And when we were trimming back the burnt up helicanas, we thinned this out a lot and got rid of a lot of dead leaves too. I still need to get back there and mulch. And then everything needs to be fertilized, but it's gonna be really good this year. I'm excited. We also, I forgot, last week, day after the frost. Hey, buddy. Alright, bye. Got a bunch of bromeliads. There was a little old lady selling them for $5 a piece. She just, on her side yard, has a bunch of plants and makes more plants, so that was cool. It helps her out. We got them, they would have been 10 or 15 bucks each at Lowe's or a nursery, so that's cool. My wife made a bird bath over here. Bananas also, I mean, they look rough from the frost, but they'll throw in some new leaves and they'll be fine. And then we'll do some more dense planting in the back with cordyline and stuff just to block some sight lines too. Got some bananas up there. Another Dendrocalamus latiflorus. No, this is Valdis, I'm sorry. Hopefully this year, or next year, he'll look like the other one on the other side. Dendrocalamus gigantus. Can't wait for a couple shoots this year. But he got kind of ate up from the frost too. Monstera's looking great. This is another elephant ear that just got wrecked. Another Dendrocalamus latiflorus. This is the little stunty one. Hopefully this year he really comes into his own. Sad bananas. But they'll be alright. Little pup. I'll be able to split him off in a month or two. Alright, this is where the boat was. And now it's just, we got rid of all the weeds, mulched it all up, and we'll put a shade house in. But now this is all on water, and we're moving all the potted plants from under the pergola out here. I want to get some more ferns too. I think that would look nice. But these baskets are so root bound, we'll split them up and put them out. I think it's... Sorry, buddy. Three Christmas and one macho. But I'd like to get some more. The palm. I think those are Auricas. I think that's an Aurica too, honestly. That one's in the ground. Bananas we split up a month or two ago. We brought a lot of the potted plants inside during the frost. And helicanas we split up. This one looks to be dying back, but hopefully the rhizome in there is fine and he'll just start over instead of starting from a clump. Little helicanas, red sisters. All this was free that we've been able to just split out of the yard. Chinese dwarf, really doing good. And he didn't seem to mind the frost too much. Bambusa multiplex golden goddesses still looking ratty, but they were not on water. And this year they will be, so hopefully they'll throw some thicker ones and be a little more upright, because they're just young and floppy and not really what we had envisioned. But and then this helicona really rough from the frost, but he'll be okay. We might lose some stems on him, but he's already throwing a new shoot right there, so they don't like the frost, but they'll be okay. I'm gonna get the Kai's vegetable garden going again, and now that the boat's out of the back, I think we're gonna put a bamboo over there and kind of over here too, and we'll also set up a little potting and propagation station back in here. Sprinklers just kicked on. Yeah, it's okay. This is a Buddha belly. He only threw one shoot this year, or last year, so I'm excited for him to do some more this year. He's maybe 4.5 foot tall. How those red copper leaves were so good after the frost. This is a green copper leaf, and it got really torn up. But again, it'll be okay. Just needs a little time. I think it's, yep. There we go. Already throwing new leaves. And we're going to propagate a ton of copper leaves this year too. The Dutchman's pipe vines are nice and thick. Growing great. Dendrocalamus latifloris. This one also, little frost damage, but it's going to keep most of its leaves, and then once it starts branching out, weather warms up a little bit, it'll start to shoot. That's the most exciting time of the year. The Eureka palms are doing great. We cut one down because it was growing into the bamboo, and we're letting a new one of these little guys mature up. So, coming along. Also thinking about changing this bed up a little bit. Possibly reconnecting it and expanding the area back here, and then bringing it out a little to match this path this way, and maybe another bamboo there. I don't know. We've got our fire pit, had a few fires. Timor blacks, they also got kind of torn up from the frost, but they'll be alright. And I'm really impressed with the amount of how quickly they've grown, because I think it was July or August we put them in the ground, and they threw 3 or 4 good culms each, and they're branching and leafing out now. Probably 12, 14 feet tall on that one, and 10 foot tall on this one, so really good. Mojito elephant ear, looking rough. Then most of the elephant ears too, I think in the spring will dig they form bulbs underground. We'll dig it up and divide it and plant 1 or 2 back and move the rest. And then we're gonna get a bunch of coleus and caladiums to sell, but we'll pot them up and just kind of place them around the yard, which will be nice too. Then just sell them from where they are. That is the emerald. bamboo, and then the blue chungi. But this is going to be a big year back here just because all the bamboos are really going to come into their own and start to make shade, and then we can start to put better shade-loving plants, calatheas and philodendrons and such, all through here. So can't wait for that. And then I'll just kind of show you. We haven't started anything in the front yet, and I'll just show the front because we're showing progress of the back. Might as well do that too. But eventually, I think we're going to try and sell off the boat now. We'll put a couple bamboos back on the side and get this all looking tropical and lush back here. And then right now, things just kind of dead and bare with an ugly front bed. But we'll put 4 bamboos back there. We got another chip drop, so the free mulch site. This one was a lot better than the other one. You just have to, you sign up, you don't know when it's going to come, and you have to take a whole dump truck full. The last one was full of palm leaves and sticks. This was a lot better, but we're working our way through. We've gotten over half of it spread out now. But yeah, we're thinking 4 bamboos along the front, spread around helicanas, and pretty much just do what we did to the back to the front. But that's maybe springtime. But yeah, that's really it for right now. Not too much going on, but again, it's winter. Can't wait for spring. But thank you for watching. Hope everyone's doing well. I'll see you soon. Thanks. Bye.